Alright everyone, same time each week. New Odyssey. What have we got this time? Poptathlon? 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 Kinda. Okay. Poptathlon. That's it's extreme. No wonder the maps look kind. Except for this one. This one's a pain in the ass. I hate this map. We're going to be saving up as many monkeys for this map as possible. But the rest seem quite chill. Alright, go for gold. And actually, this is kind of really, I don't know if it's ironic or coincidental, probably just coincidental, but I was actually going to talk about the Olympics today, as well as just like life. So this will be interesting. Oh, hey, I didn't even have to disable monkey knowledge. We don't get it anyway. Removal cost rate has been disabled. I'm wondering if that means we can't remove anything or if everything gets removed for free. Either way, there's only 2 maps with obstacles on them, so it doesn't make too much of a difference. I don't know why it would be put on these 3 maps, but whatever. Okay, but it seems pretty basic. Reverse skates 3 to 60, alternate balloons around 3 to 80. Okay, that could be a bit of an issue. Hard reverse 3 to 70. Medium alternate balloons around 3 to 75, okay. And off the coast hard standard 3 to 60. Thank God it doesn't go beyond that. Okay, off the coast is by far the worst of these maps, but everything else seems quite manageable. Let's see what they've given us. Fingers crossed there's no restrictions, but I have my doubts. Okay. Okay, already a good sign considering I can see the ninja in here. And we just get rid of everything because we like to figure shit out on our own. Right, 16 monkeys overall, plus a hero. What heroes do we have? Quincy, Gwen, Oben, Zeely, and Pat. If we're doing alternate balloons round on, what, 2 maps? And both of them go to at least 75, at most 80. We'd probably want a hero that can do a lot. Yeah, I'm real specific these days. Zeely's great, but not good early on. Oben's, is Oben the way to go? How much money do we get to start off with? 650? Yeah, no, I want to be able to place my hero immediately, so I think I'm going to go with Quincy. I love me some Quincy. Quincy's an amazing pick. Oh, we really don't have a lot of choice. But yeah, Quincy's an amazing pick if you don't have monkey knowledge, and even better for this map because you're not allowed it. So, why are they giving us 12 seats when we've only got 8 monkeys? You know? Like, I couldn't have more even if I wanted. You know, just say 7. Or 8. Wait, what? Did I not select every monkey? Oh, I missed the glue gun. I was genuinely worried there. I was like, I thought I selected every monkey. Why does it say 7? Am I not mathing correctly? Am I having a stroke? But it's all good. It's all good. I'm not dying. Right. I personally am not a big fan of the ice or the glue. Love me a sniper. Love me a dart monkey. Love me some subs. Love me some boats. Love me some ninjas. Am I happy with that? Maybe? I feel like 2 subs are probably the best way to start on off the coast. I'm just trying to think of what 5th tiers we can go into to carry us on certain maps. Because a lot of the time these maps can be done with only 1 tower at best. 2 towers definitely sorts it. I'm just thinking, because boats can see everything and do everything. Subs can, if you do 2 of them. Darts can do whatever the hell they want. Snipers can do whatever the hell they want. Ninjas can basically do whatever the hell they want. I'm just wondering, will we need any more diversity than this? Maybe. What maps have water? Okay, so just 3. 3 out of the 5. So for Alpine... Ooh, alternate balloons round. I forgot about that. Ooh, that sucks. Okay. Maybe we should go a little more sniper heavy then. A little more sniper heavy, a little less, yeah, maybe we should spread it out a bit more. If I want more of anything, it's probably going to be subs. Subs and snipers, I would say. Boats are going to be very good early on, just to get me the all-round damage. And considering there's only, what, 3 maps with water? Yeah, so that'll be good. I am a little bit worried that we're going to be missing out on 7 towers for 2 of the maps, which means we need to have Ninja, Sniper, Dart work out well on these 2. And they're the alternate balloons rounds. Ninja and Dart, I think, can be trusted to take out carts and darts alone, but I think we might need a different combination for Alpine Run. Alright, fuck it, we'll just start. I've never gotten anywhere in these Odysseys without saying fuck it, and so we're just gonna run it and go for it. So yeah, the reason I think this is quite coincidental and or ironic is I was actually going to bring up the topic today of life choices and deciding what to do in life in general, because at this point in time I've sent an email to apply for a job. I think I've already talked about this in a past video, but yeah, I have yet to hear word back from them just yet. Are we okay? No, that's not really cool, Quincy. That's not really cool. Could we maybe fix that somehow? But let's put you on strong. But yeah, so I was thinking about this the other day, right? And I don't necessarily know what career I'm gonna have by the end of my life, you know? Obviously, I don't really want to work until I'm dead, but I don't know what career is going to take up the majority of my life, at least, right? And I think, well, I've been thinking, it's interesting because not only do I want to let 3 balloons through, there's not really much I could place. Alright, we'll let 3 through. 3's fine. But yeah, not only do I not necessarily know what I want to do with myself right now, but like, there's also a bunch of other options I've never even considered before. And thinking realistically, I could potentially end up in those options. Can we get away with a single boat to help Quincy out here? I don't think we can. Oh, it would have to be a pirate lord if we want something that can reliably pop leads and camo balloons. I'm just trying to think of one tower that we could place that could absolutely destroy everything we need it to. And I want to pick the Dart Monkey, I really do, but I think we need to save that for the alternate balloons maps. Anyway, but yeah, I was thinking to myself, like, what if my future job that I end up having for like most of my life, I've never even considered at this point in my time, you know? Just because I've done a bunch of study for a certain job or looking into a certain field doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to stick with it, right? And then, now this all stems from, I think we'll try for a sub. Yeah, because we need to use subs on the water maps. So it only makes sense that we start using them now. Is this free or... Okay, so we can't remove obstacles. Cool. So it's not that it's free, it's just we can't remove them at all. Which is kind of what I was expecting, because if we could just remove them for free, that would be super easy. Anyway, so this whole idea of mine that I'm about to tell you guys may seem a little ridiculous. At least for me it does at the moment. But I think it's a possibility. Okay, so this all started when I was still learning how to become a PT, like a personal trainer, right? And so we'd often do sessions where we would train each other. And for one of the sessions, it was like a sort of cardio-based training. I think it was called periodization, where we were essentially learning how to train athletes at each stage leading up to a competition. And so at one point I was I was, in quotations, leading up to a running competition. You know, like sort of a sprinters type thing. And I was being trained for that. And so one of the exercises that my friend thought would be beneficial for me was a 100-meter sprint. And so we'd just time that, see how fast I was, do a bunch of other exercises, train me a bunch of other different ways, and then time me doing it again and see how much I improve, sort of thing, right? Now, don't get me wrong, beyond the second lot of testing, we didn't take it anywhere else, you know, we weren't, like, comparing to super professionals and all that. I was just sprinting, giving it my best, because they mark you on participation as well, and they can really suss out if you're actually putting in the effort or not. So I was giving it my all, doing sprints and whatnot. And on 2 separate occasions, right, when I was doing these sprints, 2 different teachers that I had both came up to me afterwards and said the exact same sort of general thing. And that thing to me was, have you ever considered actually joining like a running team and or competing? And I was like, no. And then they asked follow-up questions as well, and they were just like, okay, have you ever done any running practice in the past? And I was like, same thing really. Damn it, we need camo lead popping power. What other should I use on this map? I guess a boat, right? Makes sense. But yeah, they both asked me that same question of like, have you ever done any previous running training before? And would you ever think of it, sort of thing? And I was like, no and no. You know, I've never really practiced for running. I've just sort of done it when it's asked of me, you know? Like, prior to that training session, I hadn't purposely done sprints or running in probably months. And so they were just like, huh, interesting. And then they just sort of nudged me in the direction of maybe you should, right? And now I'm kind of considering it, right? Because I do like to think about what I'm gonna do in life, right? I feel like everyone should have that thought at some point, or just, you know, just throw a bunch of ideas into your own head and be like, would that work for me? Is that possible? Would that be something I enjoy doing, sort of thing, right? And so I had these thoughts, and I was like, interesting. Because 2 people that, for a fact, have more fitness knowledge and understanding of how athletes and sporting events work, 2 of them came up to me and said, have you ever thought about, you know, running for competition? And I honestly hadn't, but now I feel like they're trying to nudge me in the direction of maybe you should. And so I don't know if this is so far-fetched or anything, because I've not had any training, and like, I don't know, it feels a bit out of left field for me to be starting at the age of 21. But maybe I was thinking about joining the Olympics. Now, don't get me wrong, no prior training whatsoever, and just starting to think about it at the age of 21. I'm pretty sure Usain Bolt was like 24, 25 when he hit his peak. And I was looking this up like the other day just to sort of, not to say that I could beat Usain Bolt or anything, fuck no. But I was just sort of looking at the top times and comparing roughly what I remember my time to be for the 100 meters. And see where I sort of stand, right? And so I was looking at these times, and Usain Bolt was like 24, 25-ish, I think, when he got his fastest time. And then the person in second was like, I think early 30s, late 20s. And so if we're not counting prior years of experience training, and we're just going based off of age, I still have a bit of time to practice and hone my skills of running and competing and training and all that jazz, right? And from what I remember, or at least what Google told me, was something along the lines of the average person can run like 100 meters, or at least the average male, for my comparison, can run 100 meters within 15 to 20 seconds, like on average. And I think I'm closer to 12-11, which, I don't know, I've never personally considered myself fast. And I don't know if that's because all of my friends are just freaks of nature, because in high school, almost all of my friends could beat me at running. So fuck, maybe they should be joining the Olympics and not me, which is kind of why I never really thought about it in the first place. But I don't know, if my instructors at TAFE with years of experience training athletes and things like that say that I've potentially got a shot if I do try it, I feel like I almost have to take that somewhere, you know? I can't just sort of go, oh yeah, that's cool, shrug. You know, I feel like that'd be a waste, so I don't know. I don't exactly know the ins and outs of joining the Olympics, but how fucking cool would that be? Like, I don't even care if I win. Just being in the Olympics. That'd be amazing. Anyway, it was just completely, I'd say, coincidental. I feel like irony's a different matter. But it's quite coincidental today that this, what was it called? Poptathlon? I don't know. But it's coincidental that today's Odyssey happens to reference typical Olympic, or at least some sort of fitness-based Odyssey, which I think is intriguing. Maybe it's another sign. Also, speaking of signs, right? So number one is today, right? We found out that this Odyssey was fitness related and referenced a thon or an athlon, which is like a fitness challenge, right? So that's sign number one, right? But there was another sign. One day, I think it was like, I don't necessarily know what day it was, but I went down to the park just to, I wasn't even considering the Olympic thing at the time. I was just gonna go there for exercise because they've got like this little fitness equipment area, sort of playground for adults, really. But yeah, they've got that sort of thing going. This is ABR, isn't it? Oh god. I think we need a ninja start then. But yeah, they've got that sort of thing going, and then on top of that, they've just got a massive open area for running, which is great. Anyway, I saw there was a few other people running around, and as a normal person does, I ignored them completely, right? I figured they're doing their thing, I'm doing my thing, no reason to get in their way, and I sort of left them to it, right? But then, as I was taking a break from doing a bit of running, doing a bit of exercise, I saw on this little, because there's like this little sporting ground, I wouldn't say it's like a house, but it's like a small building for like the sports teams to meet in and like, I don't know, go over their fucking game plan or whatever it is sports people do, other than shower together. I don't really know the ins and outs of what that building's for, if I'm completely honest, other than talking. Anyway, by that building, I was having a break because there's like a water fountain nearby. There's toilets and things like that. So I was having a break, and there's like this little windowsill thing, but it's also got bars across it, I presume to prevent people breaking and entering. Like, obviously they can still do the breaking part of breaking and entering, because you can easily throw something in there. I think we'll need a sniper for this map, because I believe there are leads here, right? Quincy's not going to be able to pop those. But yeah, there's like this, yeah, okay. So there's this little window ledge situation going on, and essentially, we're gonna need a sniper. I just sort of, oh, fuck, we can't afford that. Can we afford it during the round? Anyway, I went up to this window ledge thing just to sort of take a break, put my, like, rest on it a little bit, and then, can we afford it? No, we shouldn't be able to. No, we need 100 extra. Unless we can pop these guys into 100 extra, which I don't think we can. Okay, we get close. But yeah, there was this little window ledge thing, and I looked down, and I saw a discus. Like, I'm gonna actually restart this without getting Seeking Shurikens. Just because I feel like that'll be a bit better for us, and we can still place the ninja rather than having to sell it. But yeah, I saw a discus, and I thought, oh, that's strange. Usually when I see a discus, I associate it with high school, and so I immediately thought, you know what, it's probably for the school that pretty much lives like a second away from the oval, right? That makes sense. They use the oval quite a lot. It's probably just one of the kids left it out on the shelf on the little windowsill and forgot about it. And so I thought to myself, damn, okay. And that kind of re-invited the idea of the Olympics into my mind, and I was like, I was pretty decent at discus in high school, right? I can't say I threw the best, but I can't say I practiced all that much either. And that's what it's mainly coming down to in my mind, is that I have not practiced for a single sport whatsoever in my life, right? Everything I've played and practiced, well, practiced in quotations, everything I've played has just been a sort of spur of the moment thing, you know? I'll have a time when I'm really into soccer, or I'll have a time when I'm really into basketball, right? And so nothing's ever been planned. It's either been, I've been told to do it because of a sporting activity, or my friends want to do it and I don't mind the sport, so I'll join in. But I've never purposely been like, hey, I think I'd really enjoy this, I'm gonna practice it. And that's what it's coming down to. Like, on average, I really don't like saying this about myself, but I do find a lot of the times it is true. On average, if I start something and try it, I'm good at it, right? I really hate saying it because I don't believe it to be true for quite a few things, but for the most part, if I just start learning something, I pick it up really quickly at the start, right? Later on, I will happily start absolutely sucking at it and losing ridiculously, right? But early on, I'm quite good at anything I attempt to pick up and try. And so, that's why I was semi-decent at running, semi-decent at most of the sports that I play, definitely not a star player. There were definitely players stronger than me and much better than me. And that's what I feel like has been sort of putting me off quite a lot, is I know there are better players than me out there, and so I kind of just assume that it's probably not for me. But when you think about it, there's probably a lot of people out there that aren't in the Olympics that could probably take home a gold medal if they really thought about it or really tried or even knew about the sport at the time, you know? So, I don't know. I just feel like I want to give it a shot, even if I get nowhere with it. Even if I absolutely fall on my face, look like a jackass in front of the entire world, I'd be happy that I was at least in front of the entire world for a few seconds of sweet, sweet fame. Nah, I'm kidding. But I think it'd be an amazing opportunity either way. So I'd be really interested in giving it a shot. Now I'm trying to figure out what are we gonna go for here? Bouncing bullets to make more money? It's probably for the best. Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, we'll go bouncing bullets and then make more money and then hope to God that we can beat round 40. With Quincy's ability, it should be easier. But we'll see. Anyway. So yeah, I'm genuinely considering the Olympics. And now I'm looking to find a field measuring tape. You know, the ones that go up to like 100 meters or so that you see at every like sports carnival or a sort of sporting event with schools. You know, they're always measuring things out and being like, oh, it has to be this exact size and diameter and radius. So I could properly measure out like 100 meters and actually see what my time would be, you know? Because, don't get me wrong, we were trained to be professional in our measurement manner in TAFE and all that, but you know, at the same time, we were also known for slacking off a bit because it's like we're constantly training each other. You know, and that gets boring, right? Obviously, if you had an external client, that would make it more interesting, and you'd be more inclined to be like, okay, let's take this seriously. Let's get you the results you're looking for because that's what you're looking for. But a lot of the time, it was just like, oh, we're training each other again. How you doing? Yeah, great. Fuck off. And then no one would actually care that you swore at them. But you know, if we did that to a real external client, we'd probably get told off massively. But yeah, so we took it chill a lot of the times, which makes me think maybe not the most accurate measuring system in the world. But yeah, it makes me want to actually measure and figure out what my distance is, because I do remember it being something like 11 or 12 seconds, but maybe I'm just delusional. And oh god, this doesn't look good, does it? Don't suppose we can take out all those cerams with just one sniper. No? No? Wishful thinking? Wishful thinking. Okay, that sucks. Means we need a third tower. Or I should have chosen a better second tower. Either way, but yeah, I legitimately feel like I've potentially got a shot here with, you know, practice making perfect and all that. I think we'll go for our... Oh yeah, because I did say we were going to use the dart monkey on these maps anyway. Let's go sharpshooter. That should solve the problem of the missing damage. But yeah, I don't know, because like, I wasn't fully aware of what happened. I don't really watch the Olympics. I'm not like a massive fan. I think I've said this many times before, but I'm much more of a player rather than a watcher. You know, I don't care for watching football. I'd happily play it with my friends though. I don't care for watching soccer. I'd happily play it with friends though. You know, just all that. I'd much rather be in the action than watching it. But yeah, I genuinely, because that's the main thing I'm thinking about, right? If I'm pretty decent at running now, and I've had 0 training, I imagine that with proper training and actual improvement rather than just, oh hey, you want me to run 100 meters? Okay, I'll run it. I've run it now. I'm not going to be doing this for like a couple months now. You know, if I'm constantly practicing and constantly doing running and actually improving over time, I feel like I've got a decent shot. Now, admittedly, none of you guys know what my running's like, and you know, you can't exactly judge for yourselves, but I don't know. I feel like I should just give it a shot anyway. Just sort of balls to the wall, say fuck it, and do it. Because at this point in time, I think I've mentioned this before, but only 2 main interests for me at the moment, in terms of like hobbies and or career choices. The first one being lifestyle, fitness, personal training type situation, what I've actually studied, and what I've essentially practiced for, right? It's training other people, not necessarily myself. And on top of that, I think we've got enough time to go for an elite sniper first. On top of that, I also love myself some card games and trading and things like that, so I was also looking into potential opening up a shop or some sort, because I feel like there's not enough card shops around. Anyway, so those are my 2 sort of main interests and hobbies, but I'd never really considered training to be an athlete. Like, there was always the typical athlete in my class who's a close friend of mine, and he's really into footy, and so some of his mates and some of my mates are also into footy, and everybody's just into footy, and it's great. good for them. I'm not really that invested. Like I said, I'd much rather play. So, I don't know, it just made me think that they were the footy people and they were the exercise people and they were the fitness people, and so I was just like, cool, I'm not a fit person. You know, I'm more of an educational, sit behind a desk person, right? But, who knows, maybe I could genuinely be in the Olympics. Kinda want to try it out now. Anyway, that's just my random thoughts, and it was really coincidental that this was called Poptathlon or whatever it was, because that quite nicely lines up and segues into what I was talking about. Anyway, I should probably do a bit more research before I officially decide anything, but it does seem like a pretty fun choice if I can just do a bunch of fitness related stuff and then potentially jump in an event. And could you imagine that though? Because I must admit, I feel like not many Olympians run a YouTube channel about Balloons Tower Defense 6. How amazing would that be? And if I could somehow throw up my YouTube channel, just like write it on my fucking Australian flag or whatever, just like hold it up for the camera. Fuck, good advertising. But no, I would genuinely love that. So, who knows? Who knows? I don't know where my life is going. I don't feel like a lot of people know where their lives are going until it's actually going in that direction and it's too late for them to realize that it's happening. But, yeah, who knows? Down the track, maybe I'll potentially be an Olympian. And you guys can cheer me on and be like, that's the guy that plays the monkey game! And I'll be like, yeah! I'll be like the meme category. Out of everyone you can see compete, I'll just be in the meme category. It'd be beautiful. But yeah. So, I must admit, despite not knowing exactly what I'd want to do in the Olympics, my main first ideas were the 100-meter sprint and some sort of discus event. Once again, no information about those whatsoever. I don't really watch the Olympics, I'll have to research more. But, yeah, I was kind of sad because I wanted there to be a 50-meter event for sprints, but I guess by the time you get up and going and reach your peak, it's kind of over. But, yeah, I thought that there was a 50-meter event, and so did my friend, but sadly there's not. It's only 100. 100's the shortest as far as I can tell. And then I think 10 kilometers is like the fucking longest, which is insane in my mind. God damn. Like, I've heard of the 100 meter, the 200 meter, the 400 meter, and the 800 meter and all that, but then it just kept going. And I was like, okay, we can stop now. Who's doing this to themselves? But yeah, so potentially discus or some sort of throwing event. I don't think I was really good at shot put, to be honest, just because it was heavier than a discus, and I didn't get the nice little arc as you were throwing it. You just have to sort of brute force forward strength pushing, and you know, without that sort of swing lead up, I don't know, I just don't feel like I'm as good at it. But yeah, potentially discus, potentially 100-meter sprints, and I will update you guys on the progress towards that, because I'm genuinely interested in it, and I'd love to see where it leads. But yeah, I definitely feel like 3 towers on this map was pretty necessary. Like, we have 16 in total. We used 2 to beat the first map, plus Quincy, of course. So we're still making pretty good progress here. 3 is the average amount that we're going to be using. So 16 over the course of 5 maps, 3 pretty much per map. Let's get quad damage, because we've got nothing else to spend on. But yes, who knows? Maybe I'll be a super duper Olympian, and I can start the campaign for maybe video games aren't turning literally everybody that touches them into blobs. Either that, or I do the opposite. I join the Olympics, I get gold medal, and I've got like a massive beer gut. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Guy with a beard gut beats everybody else in a gold medal competition. Oh, especially for sprints. Oh god, like, even for discus, I'd understand if someone that was a bit on the heavier side of things won. Just because it's like, it's not a super excessively long, drawn-out movement or drawn-out sport. You know, it doesn't take ages. And, it's fairly just stand still or do a couple spins and then throw. But, for sprints, I feel like you're most likely going to be seeing a thin or a thinner person taking home the medals. But damn, I can have a beer gut and yeet a discus further than anyone else. That'd be great. Ooh, maybe javelin. Nah, there's too much technique in javelin. I don't think I'd be any good at it. Because when I did practice that in high school, we the main idea in javelin is that you throw a pointy stick, and all it has to do for the throw to be qualified, as far as I'm concerned, is not step over a line and make sure that the pointy stick actually digs into the ground and stays in the ground. Because if it falls flat, it doesn't count. I'm pretty sure that's disqualified. Just because if that was allowed, you could probably just slide it along the floor and it would get really far. But the main idea is that you're throwing it as far as you can with good enough form that it actually sticks into something. It's kind of like sort of cavemen hunting a mammoth event, you know? If you've got the spear, you need to throw it from a distance to hit the target, and obviously if you're sliding it across the floor or if it lands flat on the floor, that wouldn't do very good. That no do the thing that you want the meat from, you know? So, yeah, I don't think javelin's for me just because of the specific conditions in which I have to meet to throw them, and I wasn't really good at it in high school, so who knows, maybe something's changed now, but I don't own a javelin, but I now own a discus, so, you know. And, if I ever see the school doing some sort of sports event where they're throwing discus and stuff like that, I'll happily go down and hand them back their discus and tell them it inspired me. Anyway, that was my main sort of thing to talk about. We've got 12 monkeys remaining, which means 4 monkeys per map now, which is very kind leeway. There's only 2 maps that actually have water, so we are going to have to check up here. 2 maps that have water means we'll have to split the 5 water towers between them. I don't think we'll need them on 4 circles, if I'm honest. I think we might just try and save a majority of our water crew for the last map, because that map's a pain in the ass. We definitely need at least 2 subs to start well on that map. So, yeah, that sounds pretty good for me. Anyway, I will continue to give future career updates to you guys as time goes on. And if you don't give a shit, then my apologies for dulling your day down a bit. Anyway, that's going to be Poptathlon. I want to say Poptathlon. Yeah. Anyway, that's Poptathlon, and this is part 1. Part 2, as usual, comes out tomorrow. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.